This is an amazing case study for myself, Nadia Arain, and for Becca Louise Huggins that I have had the honor and the privilege to know for so many years of my life. What an incredible woman. So without further ado, I just literally can't wait to introduce you guys to this amazing lady. I want you to tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, and how we actually met.
Um, oh wow. Yeah, thank you. That was a really lovely introduction. Right. So yeah, where am I from? I mean, I was born in Banbury in Oxfordshire. I've moved around. I lived in Northampton for quite a while, and I've moved around a bit. I'm now in Somerset in the UK. Um, to be honest, when you say about how we met, I actually don't remember. I'm so sorry. I feel terrible. I've had a lot of twin flame friends that I've met over the years, and honestly, they remember really clearly us meeting, but I just terrible memory for it. So I do apologise for that. You will know better than me for that one. My background is quite extensive. I've had a lot of different like jobs and stuff over the years, but I've had a lot of health problems as well. So I eventually came to doing twin flame readings. Long story how I got there, so I won't go into that obviously now. But I've been doing twin flame readings since 2010, on and off. And I also do my own comic book as well. I am technically working doing those things, but not like well established like Nadia from Spartanite is. And really that's about it. I mean, there's not much more else to say about my background.
No, people usually like maybe share a little bit about their work and who they are and so on and so
Yeah.
forth. But yeah, I mean, personally, what I know you for is just being an amazing, amazing woman, very positive, very happy, super, super psychic. Like, wow, if I can ever describe to people watching Rebecca's gift, like, wow, it's just sometimes it's humbling. Like sometimes I could sit in front of Rebecca and she's literally read my whole life story back to front. So with that said, what were you struggling with when you found us at Spartanite and how has it helped change your life?
Oh God, well, I've been struggling with a lot of different things, but money, poverty mentality was a big one. And I didn't really understand the concept of the energy of money. And I bought some of your books and listened to your videos and read your blogs, and it gave me some really good insights on how to reframe my mindset, made me feel more positive around money. I still had a very big victim mentality, so it's been a bit rocky with my financial situation over the years. So sometimes I've had like good innings with money, and then other times it's just been really bad, but that's down to my own blocks, if you like, on that. But with the Spartanite, it's taught me a lot about the history of money and how to handle it and the energy behind it.
That's wonderful. That's one of the major things that I started Spotlight on in terms of like spiritual finance, essentially made simple. Obviously, branched out to other things, branched out to empowerment, fashion, so on and so forth. But yeah, the key goal driver is always empowerment in every area of life. And I think, as you've said, people can often have a very strong victim mentality when it comes to money, when it comes to the handling of money more than anything.
Yes.
So very powerful what you've said. What are the two tangible and measurable changes you have made when you worked with me? Like, I feel like I've known you forever. I've just to give people a concept watching this, I've known Rebecca for over 10 years.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we have past life connections as well. So, yeah, well, the most recent thing was ritual you did for me, and it helped me manifest money that I was owed and had been owed for quite some time.
I want you to tell that story to everyone. Oh my goodness.
And yeah, I mean, benefits basically, and they hadn't paid me what I was owed. I don't even know what happened, but it was before the pandemic, and they used that as an excuse for not having given me the money, even though I claimed at the same time my sister, or not long afterwards, and she got her money no problem. And eventually, I was driving me up the wall because I didn't have the money I needed. I was living on very, very little, and I'm talking like scant amount. Had to borrow money to feed myself, food banks, and the rest of it. So yes, you did me a ritual, and yeah, it helped shift the energy that I needed into the direction it was meant to go, and I got my lump sum, which was nearly 12 grand. So good big chunk of back pay. So that lasted about 2 months. I spent that very quickly, but I enjoyed spending it. I think also the work that I've done with you has taught me how to enjoy money when I have it. So when I spent it, although I did feel a little bit guilty, it was like it didn't last very long. The guilt didn't last very long, and I was able to buy what I needed and also things that I wanted. So yeah, the mentality around it also I noticed was very important.
I do remember that. Like, I did the ritual in like 72 hours. I woke up to the shock where I'm like, oh, okay, this we didn't expect it to come this quick. I mean, I was very confident that you would receive it. I thought, maybe they'd make you jump through a couple of more hoops or red tape, but no, these guys just dropped it in your account in 72 hours. 12 grand in 72 hours. It's probably one of my best stories.
Yeah, that was bang on. It's the best. I'm just yes, and I'm hoping to do the same with more benefits money that I'm owed. To get that moved, and that will make a big difference to my life as well. So that's fantastic. And the second thing with working with you is, again, it's a very recent thing, although again over the years it's been a build up to this, is the victim mentality. Oh my god, the bitch slap I got. Am I allowed to say the bitch slap? That I got from Spirit. From the ritual that you did me. Oh my god. Victim mentality. It was like, you've got a victim mentality. Yes, we have compassion for you, but sort your life out. Kind of thing. I was gonna swear there, sorry. But yeah, and yeah, I mean, it was like, oh, we don't think you're gonna change it, but you can if you want to. And I was like, hell, I'm gonna do something about it. I've got to do something about it, because if I want to see the changes, the last thing I wanted to hear was that I was still attached to an ex, and that was feeding into the victim mentality. So yeah, you've been helping me massively with that. And
yeah, no, it's been such a pleasure as well. Of course, you've helped me in areas as well, but it's very powerful to see that shift whereby you've touched on a very important topic that I want to cover before we move on to the next point, is that there's so many people that stay in that mentality, and what they do is they draw sympathy for that mentality. Like, it's all well and good to have empathy for somebody and compassion, but there comes a point you get fed up and tired of understanding people, having compassion, if you don't want to change your situation.
Yes.
For a lot of people, I want to make this clear to everybody watching this, there are a lot of people who think they're doing stuff to change their situation, but they're not really.
Yeah, I feel, for some reason I feel like that was me. Well, kind of, it was helping in some ways, but not in others. And I was kind of going around in circles with stuff, or not really doing stuff properly. So yeah, self-sabotaging, basically, or self-sabotaging either directly or indirectly without realizing it. So yes, I think having that pointed out in a way that I can't deny it, it's like, right, I've really got to do something about it now, even if that part of me is still resisting. I can feel.
Absolutely. So with that said, from where you were to where you are now, from where you were when we met, which was a very long time ago, I was a different person, and certainly so were you. Where are you now? Like, what's the biggest change you've seen since you've known me or worked with me? Well, obviously you've given everybody, two tangible, like the victim mentality, bitch slap, and also, 12 grand in 72 hours, which there's nothing more tangible than that. But what do you feel is the biggest shift that you've ever made from when we first met to where you are now?
I feel more secure in myself, if I'm honest. I feel more like honest with myself about stuff, or I'm being able to be honest with myself. I've started to learn to listen. I can't say it's one big thing. It's more like a lot of little things that have made a difference, and then it all sort of adds up. The mentality thing, the perspective thing, the way that I see myself, the way that I see the world. There's just so many different things really that I could touch on. It's just been amazing, and I'm thinking about it, my head's kind of going, there's just it's how I feel in myself. It's like I don't feel like such a victim now, as I say, and I'm not feeling as powerless. As you said, you're about the empowerment, and I feel like I'm more in control, or able to be. I might not be actually taking the action fully yet, but I do feel like I'm able to be in control now and take that responsibility. It's just doing it now.
Yeah, well, that's the hard part, isn't it? That's the thing. I think it's very powerful what you've touched on. There's so many people who feel completely powerless of their life. And I think the major message that I share with people at Spartanite is you're not powerless. You think you are, but here are all the ways that you still have your power. You can still come back into your power. You still have control over your situation. But it's not you're controlling people or controlling a situation. It's having control over one's own self. So that's something I wouldn't have thought of, but I'm actually very flattered and honored that you feel more secure due to my presence in your life, whereby you think there is a way, there is a hope, there is a light of moving forward. And really, we are at a place in society where there's such unprecedented levels of insecurity within people, men and women. We are constantly told to pit ourselves against people, judge ourselves. This person's done this person had a child, this person got married, this person bought a house, this person did this person, it never ends. And especially with women, we know it never ends. I mean, of course, men have their own insecurities, and nobody's without flaw. That's just part of being human. But I think one of the key things you've mentioned, security is a very big factor, because if a person is secure inside, all the external does not matter.
Exactly. And if we're feeling secure in ourselves, how we experience the world is very, very different from when we're feeling insecure. And comparing people is a bad thing always, because, as they say, comparison is a thief of joy.
Absolutely. Okay, so what's the one major thing that you have totally changed in your life after Spartanite? Like, you don't even touch it, you don't bother with it, you're just like not dealing with that. What did Spartanite encourage you to leave behind?
It's mostly mentality stuff. I would say it helped me leave behind a perception or perspective that was corroding my soul. That sounds dramatic. I'm a Pisces, what can I say? I do drama. But it just feels like the things that were slowly destroying me aren't there anymore. They're not impacting me like they were, whether it was evil spirits or just my own thinking based on how I was taught to believe things about myself and the world. It's just like I feel like I'm becoming the person I have always I kind of don't even want to say meant to be, but wanted to be.
Right.
That's probably
your dream version of yourself.
I'm transforming into, I can feel myself transforming into her. I can feel her on the inside now, which I think is who you were picking up on earlier when you said you were picking up on my positive vibes more.
Yeah.
Is that I'm becoming more of that person now.
Yeah, so you're transforming more into that woman. And I remember going through that journey myself. And of course, life is always a journey. And I still feel like, oh, wow, it's like watching a clay sculpture being processed and in real time, where you're seeing all the cuts. And it's so incredible. It's like watching glass form. It's a new version of you forming. And a lot of people come and say that to me, that we had a specific ideal or a mind, and you've helped us become that person. And that's not so much through coaching or mentoring as much as people think it is, or even through ritual work. All these are tools. It's someone really knowing that they're worth that person that they always dreamed of becoming.
Yes.
I think that's really what I'm hearing from you.
Yeah, I feel like you're helping me align to the person I am, but has been hidden underneath all the layers of bad stuff.
I can relate to that personally as well. What's the most delightful part of working with us? What have you enjoyed the absolute most?
Working with you, and
thank you.
Ego. And working with the gang.
The spirit gang.
Being introduced to spirits that I didn't know were safe to work with, that have actually opened up some fantastic relationships with them. I'm really enjoying it. I've become, and this is part of why I'm feeling more positive, because I'm really enjoying the witchy sort of sorceresy, you know, dark art stuff. It's not, you call it dark arts, but it's fun. Oh my god, it is. It is
so much fun. I tell people this all the time, that you
such
can't
a
imagine how
misnomer.
much fun it is.
Yeah, it is not what people think at all. Treat it with reverence and respect, but with an open heart and mind. It is brilliant. It is brilliant.
Yeah.
Recommend it.
So, okay, that's fair enough. Delightful working with me, that's fine. But I also feel like the delight is you discovering that, again, it's a perception. What has been told that is maybe unsafe or not good to work with is actually so much fun.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. That's been a fantastic eye opener.
Wonderful. Wonderful. And finally, if someone is thinking of working with us at Spartanite, what would you tell them and why?
Get your ass over to her, because she'll help you sort your life out. I mean, there's so many different things that you can help with, that it, you know, dependent on what individual person I was recommending to, I would be like, well, she's got a potion, you know, she's got a ritual for that, she's got a reading for that, she's got, you know, advice, a book, whatever. It's all about the empowerment. She will empower you. She'll teach you to empower yourself. That's the point. It's like, almost like, when you don't want to disempower somebody by helping them too much, you just, as you say, you give them tools, or you give them the leg up they need to do it for themselves, to do the work for themselves. That's what it is.
Feels very, very empowering when you can stand up and work for yourself. You can stand up and live for yourself. You have the courage, the confidence, really that step forward. It's like the energy that we keep, we get onto calls and we start laughing with each other. It's that really high vibrational energy whereby you feel excited to wake up in the morning. You feel excited to talk to people, to be around people. And so many people, you know, just as a side note, are investing in things that are draining them, investing in people that drain them, invest in situations, people, places, things, and they're not getting anything. They're just being drained out of it. And I think giving, what you said is powerful, like giving people the tools to actually stand up and work for themselves it's one of my specialties and something I'm very good at, because I won't enable a person.
Yes, yeah, you certainly don't enable. So that's just after my conversation, you know, with you about victim mentality. You definitely don't enable.
No, not looking for enable, because that way you're out of power when I'm enabling you. Yeah.
If people don't want to hear the truth candidly, and to the point, then you're not going to be a good fit for them. It's like, don't even waste your time. It's like you're here for the people who are ready to hear the truth, who need to hear the truth. Yes. And are willing to act on it.
Yeah, that's poignant. I would have probably said that I'm not for people who don't want to hear the truth. And the truth I want to say in closing to everybody watching this, including both of us, the truth is neither polite nor is it convenient, and nor is it profitable. That's the thing. People find that very surprising, because the truth is just as is. So when you speak the truth, people will consider you the following: rude, mannerless, bitter, having issues, or obviously there is a delivery, but there is no polite way of telling the truth, because the truth is what it is, which is why such few people say it. We'll probably have to do a video on this at some point. Such few people tell the truth, and such few people, even fewer, can hear the truth. Because to really hear the truth, you have to put your ego aside. And most people live in that space all the time, whereby they just want to feel good about something, but feel good is not going to get you the results. You have to.
And it's not really feeling good in the first place. It's like ego feel good is not the same as
not the heart feeling good. If your heart feels good, you sleep with a clean conscience, and you know that if somebody has crossed your boundaries, disrespected you, has wasted your time, there's a line. One of the things I admire most, and it's funny and ironic that you say this, is I admire JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs. I don't particularly have many comments on their banking strategies, but when you work with them and you choose to leave, or they let go of you, that's a one deal done, finished. They're not there to have someone hop in and out of employment. Oh, I'll leave 2 years and come back. You never come back. That's it. Once you're done with us, you're done. And there's a clear line in the sand. And I think there's so many people, they don't have that clear line in the sand because they don't face the truth through themselves. And the type of truth that Rebecca's talking about is a truth through destruction. You destroy everything that's not healthy for you in the way. It's like a huge, almost like a snowplow, basically, or like a machete. It clears all the bullshit out, basically. But for people, that is very terrifying. Not only it's type of cathartic, but it's very terrifying.
Yes, it is cathartic. I will say, you know, it is cathartic. It's uncomfortable, but it's that uncomfortable, like pulling up, you know, like pulling a parasite out of your body. It doesn't feel very good coming out, but at the same time, it feels like a relief when it is out.
Exactly. So yeah, I'm very grateful that you have stated very clearly, not through my words, but yours, that if people are not ready for the truth and they're not really willing to work on themselves, because so many people think, they have this belief that when they come to me, I'm going to handhold them, I'm going to do the work for them. I will support you and I will guide you, but I'm not going to do your work for you. That's the thing. Nobody can do anybody's work. You have to do the work yourself. And again, it goes back to what you said about the empowerment. It's very powerful and strong when you can do that work for yourself, whereby you're like, oh, I can actually do this. Or instead of someone driving me around all the time, oh my God, I can actually drive now. Like, it's very empowering. I know so many people don't want that level of empowerment, but for the people who are looking for that, who are self-starters, they constantly want to motivate themselves, push themselves, and they're really ready to take action, it's a lot of fun. It's tons of fun, and I truly enjoy hearing these case study stories and transforming people's lives, and more than anything, people choosing to transform their own lives.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Rebecca. And in closing, do you have anything you would like to share with everybody watching this?
The only thing really is thank you. I just want to say thank you to you for your support over the years, and especially recently has been absolutely phenomenal. And I look forward to working with you even more in the future, and all the new sort of ideas and stuff that we have to work on. Excited.
All right, thank you so much. All right, take care.
Okay.
Bye.